Hello everybody and welcome back to Purbeck Valley Farm. So today we're going to be really focusing on this new placeable area which we're hoping to get. Now I have been reading the comments and loads of people want me to do this, so we are going to essentially do like a placeable production area. Just going to leave those gates open for now because I'm going to be returning very soon with the drill. In fact, when I say very soon I mean in just a moment. Because we do still have a few days where we can put some crops in. That's the field just there. It was the grass field if you didn't watch my previous episode. But we're going to get that out of the way because we just have to have all the crops in as soon as possible, and then we can start with this production area. Now there's loads of different things we can do. Honey production, charcoal production, greenhouses. We are actually going to start with the greenhouses just because it's fairly easy and we do have all of the products required to get it all up and running. Basically I think it is just fertilizer, which can be manure, and water, so that's going to be so easy. We have manure just there in the pit. So once that is done, we can obviously diversify even further and yeah, hopefully make loads of money in very strange ways. I say that as if we're doing something weird. No, just in very different ways. Oh, that is so close. So yeah, I reckon we can probably get away with using the planter again. And get some corn in. It's not too late for corn. Just drop the cultivator off to begin with. But anyway, yeah, how has everybody been doing? Hopefully you're doing very well. I have been fine. I've been good. Thank you for asking, if you were. Right, so do we still have the planter? I might have returned it, yeah. That's a shame. I think I've returned it. Let's just take a look. We don't have to go for anything too big here because it is just the one field. Then again, it probably is cheaper just to have something like the this one here, the horse. Although, no, those two together, that would be fine, no problem at all. Just compare the width, 6 meters and 6 meters. Okay, so in that case we might as well go for the lambkin. It is cheaper. So front and back, hopefully it looks normal. Sometimes when you connect them together, the hose can go a bit funny if you're on a tractor which doesn't really suit it. Like a tractor which is too big or too small. I'm not too sure how we're going to be coping with this tractor. It might not fit properly, but we will soon find out. And on the way past we can take a look at the placeable area which we're going to buy. The way we're going to do it, because we obviously only have £17,000, is to take out a loan. Now I don't like taking out a loan, but on this occasion it's actually going to be worthwhile, because we will be able to repay it fairly quickly. We have all of this year's harvest, all of this year's crops to come in, and we also have the silage with loads of silage and stuff. So yeah, should be good. Okay, so we have the front hopper on, and now for the actual planter. There we go. So what we need is some fertilizer and some seed. What do we have at the farm? I don't think we have too much. Well, we do have some fertilizer just here. I have no idea how much there is in there. I don't want to drive all the way back and find out there's next to nothing. And yes, I think I've used the seed up. So in that case, I reckon we will just get a pallet of seed and one bag of fertilizer. Because we're not going to, it's not like we're wasting it, we're going to take it back to the farm. I'll make sure I empty it before we return the drill or the planter. That would be silly otherwise. I don't know if we actually have to fill it up, but I have had it where you have to put fertilizer in it for the drill to work. In fact, the one on Survival Challenge, that one doesn't work unless you put fertilizer in. Okay, so didn't take it all. We'll be back here in the future to pick it up. Okay, this must fold up. No way can we go down the road like this. Yeah, there we go, brilliant. Yeah, so as I said, on the way back we'll just stop off very quickly out to the placeable yard. It's really big. It is a big yard. and you get the trees as well, which could be good for the bees if we do honey production. Or we could just flatten the whole area. It would seem a shame, but you never know. It might be a worthwhile thing to do. It would give us more space. I almost went into their drive thinking it was the placeable area. They would have been confused. Yep, this is the one we're looking for. So everything you see this side of that hedge is ours. It would be ours if we were to buy it, which we are going to. And all of those trees in there, all that grassland, that would all be ours as well. So it's a pretty good deal. Well, it kind of is. It's still a lot of money. But it's a big area. Having said that, some of these placeables really are big. They take up a serious amount of space. So you wouldn't want it any smaller. And just to remind ourselves, I've forgotten, it is £181,000. So that is doable as a loan. Just, yeah, it's a bit tough. Okay, well, I think I've already made clear what we're going to do next. So we're going to head to that field and we're going to get the corn in the ground. Now, some people may ask, what am I going to do after this series? When is this series ending? Well, I'm actually hoping to keep this series going for quite some time, because this is a map which I really do love, and I'm hoping it's going to actually be changed. I'm hoping to actually change this series halfway through. We might be already halfway through, not too sure. But we'd essentially sell a large amount of the land which we own, so we'd sell all this after the harvest or something. We'd never sell it before the harvest, that would just be a waste of time. And then we'd then move and we'd buy a load of land at a completely different area, so that we see two different areas of the map. Because, yeah, like I said, this is a map which I really like, and I don't really want to stop the series and then return in the future. I want to just do a really good full-length series to begin with. So, yeah, I would think 40 or 50 episodes is going to be where we're going to be with this series. I'm not too sure. But I don't know what we're on currently. I think we're already, like... Oh, well, I don't know. I lose track. I don't really keep track of what episode we're currently doing. I just record the videos and then put them out, and then I just sort of update the number in the title. We must be over 20 though, definitely over 20 episodes. You'll be staring at it right now probably thinking, yes, we know what it is, we can see. I've no idea. Anyway, yep, we've got the corn going in. It's all good. Not a huge job, but yeah, we can't afford to go buying the big ones or even leasing the big ones. For this size of field, this is plenty big enough. We might have to go back for some seed, but looking at it, we'll be okay, I think. So let's get it done.
Always mixed emotions. The first step is always hard when you walk out of the doorway, but that's just the place to start. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance, not like anything we've done before. Yeah. Now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more. Come run away, don't be afraid, we'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you, I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away.
Right then, so this is the final piece. I don't want to return the planter before I know for sure that there is nothing else to do this year, but I don't think there is. I think that was the final piece to plant before summer, but we will just have a very quick check on here. Yes, it'll be yellow for planted, so as you can see quite a few of these are just planted. Some are growing, so that's all good, but I'm just looking out for any blue ones which are owned by me, which they're not. Obviously ignore these two here. The only reason why we technically, well, we technically don't own them, but the only reason why it shows that we own them is so that I can use the BGA, because it's all within the same complex. So yeah, ignore them. Yep, that is everything done. So we'll head back to the farm. We'll empty the seed and fertiliser out, and then we shall return them, and I think we can then get our loan to buy the placeable area. Now, there is another way of doing these placeables without spending too much money, and that of course is to do it on our own land. But I think that really our land is all not 100% flat, whereas this placeable yard is, which makes placing things so much easier. I think every field has a slight slope to it. It's, you know, it's not, nothing is perfectly flat, whereas that yard has clearly been designed for putting these buildings on. So yeah, today we're just going to start nice and easy, nice and simple by doing the greenhouses, but eventually I want to get into the more complicated production mods. Charcoal is an interesting one. We'd have to get trees obviously, but I think you can also use old pallets because there is a pallet production mod as well, and of course there is the straw harvest DLC, which we could also do. There are so many different things, but yeah, everything is so expensive. Right, so I'm just going to empty this inside this building over here. Unfortunately I can't control where the pallets spawn, but hopefully they spawn somewhere out of the way, to the right ideally. Okay, to our, well I suppose it is to the tractor's right, our left as we were looking at it. We still have fertiliser in there. Not too sure how to get the fertiliser out. That must be, oh yeah, on here. Just put it over here for now, if it's possible. There we go. Okay, so I'm just taking a look at everything which we do own outright and everything which we have leased. Obviously our most expensive machinery, the lorry, the JCB, is all leased, and we do own the Class and the John Deere, the Combine Harvester and the Skid Steer. I think it's probably about time that we sold the John Deere. We had a good time with it really, but it's still worth a great deal of money. So we're going to get it taken over to the store with the front loader, and we're going to replace that with a telehandler, the Merlot to be precise, which I used in yesterday's video on multiplayer. That was just to really try it out, and I was so impressed with it because it is so multi-purpose. So this is the exact type of farm where something like that would just be so handy. So yeah, I think although this is a fantastic tractor, the telehandler will be more useful to us. At the same time, we're going to pick up the Biobelts bucket, the high capacity Biobelts bucket, and then we can get our loan. And today we're going to be doing the onion greenhouses. Now, yes, we're going to be doing probably a different thing each episode, and eventually it's just going to be the most productive production yard in existence, but it's going to take a bit of time to get there. So bear with me, it's going to be not particularly fast but not slow at the same time, just a nice steady growth hopefully. Really, we're waiting for the harvest to be able to then see how much money we have. The harvest should almost certainly repay the entire loan and hopefully still give us plenty of money afterwards, but at this stage it's just very hard to tell how much money we're going to get. I must say though, we have a lot of land planted, so we have so much to sell and hopefully profit on. Okay, so I wonder if today is going to be the day where we can sell this. Hopefully it is. Sometimes they just don't sell, but I just do it the other way. I sell it and then add in the difference. Today is a good day. Wow, £105,000. That is good, because I think the telehandler is only 90,000 or something like that. Let's take a look here. Yeah, the base price is 90,000. Now we're going to keep it with the standard colour. Yeah, we really don't need to do too many modifications here. Yeah, I might put a bit of weight on the back, because we are mostly going to be using this as, well, a telehandler. We could have 1,500, but I think, yeah, we will. We'll have 1,500. and then we'll probably configure it sometimes to have the 3-point linkage as well. As for the wheels, I don't know exactly what we're looking for here. Oh yes, we'll have the trailer hitch. Yeah. So that is £92,800. Something else which we are going to own outright. As for the bucket, I'm hoping to own that, but yeah, it comes down to the cost. Yeah, it's not too much. Yeah, that's good. Now, is it free to add a modification? £50. Well, yes, we'll we'll go for that. Okay, so we're left with 26,767, which is more than what we had before. Look at this chunky machine. Oh, this is going to be good. Bit light on the front because we obviously have a ton and a half on the back, but that should balance things out quite a bit. So into the finances, something which I don't tend to do. In fact, I've forgotten where it is. Here we go. Yeah, we're going to borrow about 100 and probably 200,000 actually, just to play it safe. There we go. So yeah, naturally, the faster we pay that back, the better. But harvest isn't too far away, so I think we're going to be doing okay. Look at that. Our canola crop. Looking very healthy. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a fantastic harvest. Now, I do have quite a bit of spraying to do before harvest, just so we can really maximise those yields, but yeah, that is the only thing we really have to do to the crops now. It's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to this. By early autumn, it will be fascinating to see how much money we have. It's just going to be, yeah, well, I'm hoping like £300,000 or £400,000 and no loan. That would be ideal. Amazing. This telehandler weighs 12.3 tons. That just goes to show what we've added to it. Okay. So it's not ours just yet, but it will be very soon. Don't think the prices change. I don't think the prices do change. You can, there's a mod to lease. You can lease land, but yeah, if we ever want to sell this, we'll actually get the same amount of money back. Whereas if we leased it, yeah, there's no money back at all. No resale value. So into the placeable category, we're going to be looking at the miscellaneous. Yes, £25,000. I don't actually know where to put these. It doesn't really matter where. I think I probably have to enable the place anywhere mod. Okay. Need to have enough space between them to maneuver. Another reason for having a telehandler. No, I wanted two. I'm going to have two. So if we just borrow a bit more money. Now I know it looks like we're just sort of spending money and we're going to get nothing in return. But yeah, I'm just going to keep repeating myself. It comes down to how good the harvest is. Hopefully it's going to be good, so that we can keep building on the production yard, and then the production yard just makes so much money that anything which doesn't really profit that well is just disguised by all of the huge amounts of income around it. So let's go and get a scoop load, or a bucket load of manure. Yeah, it's a scoop load. It's not ice cream. Manure ice cream. That's something that will never catch on. So yeah, at the beginning of this I was giving the cows some straw, which is the reason why they actually do have some solid manure. But yeah, we don't have enough. They desperately need more straw. So I am waiting again for the harvest. I think I've put oats in. Some of our fields are oats. Yeah, quite a few. We've got number 4, number 36, and we've got barley in 82. So there's going to be no shortage of straw. Really, I'm just desperate for harvest. But this isn't bad. We've got almost 8,000. I think those gates open. I have to open them. Almost 8,000 litres. Yeah, let's just have a play with the gates and see what happens here. Did these open? I thought they did. I might be wrong. That might be the only way in. Okay, well, not to worry. We can do it because we've got a very manoeuvrable telehandler. And then all we need is water. Get a bit of fresh air in here. Open the door. But it's a really good mod, this Merlot. I'm a big fan of it. Mostly because of how multi-purpose it can be. If you didn't watch my previous video yesterday, we were ploughing with it. Chainsaw and me were ploughing with a telehandler. And it was doing it fine. It's going to be good to grow some onions. Now I think I might have done this before. I think it was actually on Mower Manor Farm, the onions, unless it was just another placeable. But, oh yeah, I don't want to drive straight through my new glass. Yeah, I do enjoy doing this sort of thing. Oh no, no, I've done something wrong. I have done something wrong. Okay, viewers. Now, this will seem like a very rapid jump cut in the video, I'd imagine, but I've actually been struggling for the past half an hour to 45 minutes to get these things to work. Now, the Merlot, whenever I own that, the game crashes on save. When I'm trying to save it, it crashes, which it didn't do on multiplayer. So I don't know if that's not compatible with Seasons or Global Modding Company or whatever. And this doesn't work. these don't accept water and manure, even though I'm sure I have used these before successfully. So are these not compatible with Seasons? I don't know. I am absolutely racking my brains trying to get these things to work, and I just can't do it. So I don't know what I have done wrong. Some kind of incompatibility. Is it Seasons? It could well be Seasons. I am not too sure, but please can somebody help? I would love to hear from you. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, obviously we have this tractor back. We've sort of reverted back to where it was 20 minutes ago. Well, no, in video, probably about 5 minutes ago. I'm going to get one more greenhouse, a Giants one made by Giants, and hopefully that will work. So at least today we can say we have done something in the production yard. But yeah, not going terribly to plan. This greenhouse is by Giants. Will it work? This is a lettuce greenhouse. Or polytunnel. Yes, it works. So, it makes no sense. I've got the latest version of Global Company. I know that the Merlot works because I used it yesterday in multiplayer. So I don't know why it doesn't work on here. The only thing which is different is that I'm running Seasons. And these, again, probably because we're running Seasons, I don't know. This one over here, though, is definitely compatible with everything. So, this is one we're going to have to focus on today. Yeah, the Merlot is a mystery. A real shame. But I'm sure it will be solved at some point if we can figure out why. Yeah, so I'm going to go and get some water and a bit more manure out of the pile. Another full bucket load. But if you have the answer for why all that stuff is not working, and your answer is correct, I will pin your comment. Of course, I can only pin one person, so it'll be the first person I see with the correct answer. But I appreciate anybody who helps. I really do, because it's so frustrating when you can't get something to work. I might have already said the reason why. I don't know. It could just be an incompatibility with I know things have to be Seasons compatible. Yes, we've gone back in time. We have the drill again, the planter. And our tanker is full of water. So we'll take that. Might have to move the class out of the way. This is clearly more water than we'll ever need, but it is just good to have it. It's also way too heavy for this tractor. Just saves taking 2 tractors. It is a good tank, really high capacity. I'm really hoping that seasons isn't going to become a problem in the future for the other placeables. I guess it is possible to switch seasons off, but I am enjoying using it. Okay, so we've made it. It's very sensitive. You have to be in exactly the right place with this tanker. But that is full. So maybe the other ones will work as well for water. Maybe they'll work for manure. Maybe there was some weird problem and if I just replace them, they will work. But if I go very carefully up to these, the water might work. Let's just see. Looks like it is directly in line with the outlet just there, or inlet. That doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, but at least we have water in the one over here. So we are growing lettuces, not onions, maybe one day. So that is full, I think. Nope, that's not full. Good. 95%, well, that's good enough for now. So, yeah, that's a mystery. There must be a simple explanation. But yep, the lettuces are growing, so at least that's something. Okay, this has been a difficult episode to record. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.